Hello, this is JRoach82 coming at you from Hammond, Indiana. And there's a lot of things that is weird, and there's a lot of things that's cool and stuff. And weird and cool is the PlayStation 4. And I want to talk about the PlayStation 4. As we all know, the PlayStation 4 is coming out later this year and stuff. And I've been reading a lot about the prices and things that's like really great about the PlayStation 4 and stuff. And the PlayStation 4 seems like it's going to be the best system yet, the best video game console yet, until PlayStation 5 comes, and then PlayStation 6 after that. And the thing about it is, the question that people ask me, I'm a diehard video game fan. I love video games. I play retro video games. I got emulators for my computer. I like games like Super Mario Brothers, Little Big Planet, stuff like that. But the Wii, no. Wii U, no. Seriously, Wii U, no. Maybe for like 8-year-olds, but for adults, no. And the question is video games ruined in America? No. Video games do the same things as movies. They entertain. That's why people make games, because of entertainment purposes. And I'm going to talk about a video game system that I love, very dear to me, and that's the Sega Dreamcast. The last official video game system from Sega. I had a Sega Dreamcast when it first came out. I spent $300 on it, and I loved it. It was my favorite video game system. A lot of people don't talk about Sega Dreamcast. A lot of people keep it in the basement, hidden like a red-headed stepchild. People kind of shun on Sega Dreamcast. But Xbox actually invented a controller after the Sega Dreamcast. That's why, if you notice, it's kind of like a Sega Dreamcast. Think about it. Sega Dreamcast was like the video game system that was a great video game system. It was awesome. It was like, they didn't have that many games for it, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like they made like 150 titles. Maybe in Japan they made like 150 titles. But like the best game to get for Sega Dreamcast was Sword of Berserk. Sword of Berserk was like the best game for Dreamcast. Because Dreamcast was like, it was astonishing. It was awesome. It was like the best system, and around the time Sega Dreamcast came out, they had PlayStation 2 and they had Xbox, which Microsoft kind of, did their own little thing with Xbox and stuff, and it was so awesome to have a Sega Dreamcast because Dead or Alive was on it, Part 2. Games like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, which you could play on PlayStation 2. You could have played Tony Hawk Pro Skater on PlayStation 2. But Sega Saturn, for me, I was a big Sega Saturn fanatic. I've always been a big Sega fan. I never actually stood up for one franchise. I'm a multi-franchise guy. People always tell me, oh, Nintendo's better than Sega. and Sega's better than Nintendo. I've always liked Super Mario Brothers. I always liked Sonic the Hedgehog. I've always enjoyed both platforms. You know, I wasn't one of these guys who just was a fanboy for one system. Nowadays, I'm a fanboy, kinda, for PlayStation, because Xbox, no, I'm sorry, but I'm not double paying for Xbox Gold just to watch Netflix, okay? If you're going to make a game system like that, you know, just because you want money, I think Bill Gates is an idiot. For one thing, you know, Xbox Gold you have to pay for to watch Netflix. Why not make it free? I mean, I understand paying for multiplayer because, yeah, I can understand that you have, like, you know, your multiplayer with a different type of code to get hacked, so you don't get hacked and you don't have viruses, stuff like that. I understand that. But Netflix, you have to be a gold member to watch Netflix. You have to be a gold member to watch things that you already paying for. Forget that. You know, go with PlayStation 3. You know, forget that. Go with PlayStation 3. Go with PlayStation 4. But back to Sega Dreamcast. Sega Dreamcast was a really great system. It was awesome. It was like the best system ever. You know, and I'm really sad to say that, like, you know, a system like that deserved more hype because it did so much. And the control scheme was awesome. The controllers was amazing. You know, you had like this little small, like, you remember the Minos? The little small, like, thing like this and stuff, and it was like an animal that you had to feed, and if you don't feed it, it would die, and stuff. You had to feed it, give it a bath, stuff like that. And it was like a virtual pet. Well, the thing about Dreamcast they had a little small memory card that had a video on it and stuff. It had like you know, kind of like a Game Boy. It had like a Game Boy screen on it and stuff. It was so amazing, you know, and you don't get that from other systems these days. You know, you don't get like that awesome, you know, really cool game. And what they need to do, they need to make a Sega Dreamcast emulator with, and this is the thing about emulators, okay? I cannot stand emulators that have, like, I can't stand, like, CD emulators because of the BIOS. I hate freaking BIOS. Why can't they make this more easier, you know? But forget that. We're going to talk about Sega Dreamcast some more. Forget that. You know, I keep on changing the subject on this video. I don't know why, but Sega Dreamcast was a system that should have got more hype. It should have been a top-notch system, and it never came to be. It's so sad, you know, because it was one of the best game systems and stuff. But you know, I think nowadays, you know, Sega Dreamcast, Sega should have made another game system. I heard Sega, I don't know if this is true or not, okay? This is just hearsay, okay? I'm not going to try to spread a rumor on YouTube about something that's not true. But I did hear that Sega's supposed to be coming out with a handheld soon. Let's hope it goes good. I hope it does for Sega, you know. Sega makes some really good games and stuff. And I just wish that Sega Dreamcast got the hype that it deserved. You know, I just wish that. Because it was a really die-hard system, pretty awesome. Graphics were awesome for its day. You know, it was a cool system. So anyway, this is JRoach82 saying, if you see a flying spaghetti monster, stick a fork in it, put some kickin' chicken on it, eat it. Peace. Lovely.